Good morning, SJHS. Today is Tuesday, November 29th. Breakfast tomorrow is going to be blueberry pancakes, hard-boiled eggs, and an apple. Hot lunch today is a toasted cheese sandwich. A grab-and-go menu is nacho cheese and chips, fresh veggies, apples, and Go-Gurt. Hot lunch menu tomorrow is spaghetti and meat sauce. Grab-and-go will be a Bronc wrap. Nellie Taylor Ross was born on this date in 1876. Elected as the 14th governor of Wyoming, she was the very first woman to serve as governor in the United States. She served as governor from 1925 to 1927 and was also the director of the United States Mint from 1933 to 1953. In other news, Council meets this Thursday after school in Mrs. Temke's room. Destination Imagination sign-ups tomorrow after school are in the Commons. Interested in participating in the Sheridan County Spelling Bee? Stop by Mrs. Hill classroom, which is next to the library, for information, either before or after school, or during a lunch this week. Not just a lunch, on an A day. The first meeting for speech and debate will be December 5th from 3:45 until 4:45 in Mrs. Hill's room. All interested 7th and 8th graders are invited to attend. You will meet every Monday. Hour of code activities will begin next week. Hands-off drug pledgers must turn in their cards by this Friday in order to participate in the Hands Off Drugs hand printing celebration on December 13th. Please make sure we can read your name on the card. FCA will be this Friday at 7:30 in room 3035. First quarter clay art students, this is your last chance to pick up your projects from Mrs. Lawson. Home sporting events for the week. Thursday, December 1st, 7th and 8th grade girls basketball versus Twin Spruce at 4:30. And now, time for breaking news.
In technological news, this isn't the first time someone's tried to reinvent the wheel. It's not even the first time someone's invented a wheel that absorbs shock without having to transfer it to a suspension system. But what's been named Soft Wheel could be fitted to several different types of vehicles, though it's significantly more expensive than the wheel as we know it.
For all of the differences between cars, one thing has barely changed. Now a revolution is taking shape from an Israeli startup that's reinventing the wheel. I'm riding on a bike from Soft Wheel. With me is CEO Daniel Bar-El, and we're taking the new wheels out for a spin to get a feel for them and find out what's new.
What you basically see here is a suspension system, a very, very advanced, complicated suspension system which sits inside of a wheel.
The wheel works. It fundamentally works. I've been on many different wheels. Why did the wheel need to be redesigned?
The idea of putting suspension inside of a wheel is not new. People have been trying to do it for over 200 years now.
Where did you succeed where they failed?
The biggest problem is how you centralize the hub. The vehicle, like a bike, like a car, like anything else, is connected to the wheel through the hub, right? You have a hub, spokes, and then a rim. But once you try to put suspension inside, the hub is never centered. It always sags. And once it's sagging, it's like riding an egg shape.
Soft Wheel tested their wheels against traditional bike wheels with spokes. This test measures how fast a wheel absorbs and dissipates a shock. Soft Wheel first put their wheels on wheelchairs, and that's where most of their business is today. To see what their wheels could do for bicycles, we had a competitive cyclist use them mountain biking. The wheels adapted to the rough terrain. The company says it's a smoother ride on a more durable wheel. Soft Wheel's next step is to put their technology in cars.
It's light years ahead of what you see in today's cars. Instead of the impact, the energy, have to travel through the wheel, all the way on through the chassis, and then absorbing the suspension in some way, here it is being absorbed within the wheel itself.
CNN is the first to see the design of this new technology. By putting the suspension in the wheel, Soft Wheel says they can make cars more efficient.
Because the energy is contained within the wheel, there's no reason for such a robust, complex chassis. We can simplify the chassis. We can make it less robust and hence make it easier to produce. We can make it cost-effective, lighter, and actually better.
The wheel hasn't been reinvented in 6,000 years. Perhaps now it's about time. Oren Lieberman, CNN, Tel Aviv.
Now please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's all for KWN. Please have a student come tomorrow and do this. And please remember to be safe, be respectful, be responsible, and always be boldly kind.